All right, we are back. Good evening, everybody. It's been a couple days. Good evening. All right, NQ going to the floor. What's up, Zach? What's going on, everybody? All right, let me do a couple things here real quick. PR77 from Playa Car. Ooh. Mr. PR77 exotic location. All right, I don't know what happened to my data, but something's going on here. PR77 cruising the world. All right, something's up with my data. It's been bugging all night. This is my Apex data. My prop shop data is fine, but not my Apex. For some reason, gets disconnected. Apex. I loaded up on Apex again. 90% sale. They're like 19 bucks right now. You know I loaded up on 20. All right, let's see what's going on here. Nasty Nasdaq looking like it wants to crash tonight. How low will it go? I'm not touching it yet. All right, something's going on with my rhythmic data. Hold on, guys. Gamblers, V5K, Julian, what's up, Zach? Good evening to everybody. It's good to be back. It's been a couple days. I was traveling. Got in, was it yesterday? Yeah. Good to be back. All right, let me see what's going on with my data here. Since NQ started crashing, something's up with my Apex Rhythmic data. Prop shop is connecting fine. Other props are connecting fine on Rhythmic. Something's going on with Apex Rhythmic on Quantal. Let me try it one more time. Bob, what's up? Yeah, looks like NQ. It's the short of the night. How low is that thing going to go? The contrarian in me wants to long it, but I think trend is your friend today. Especially with this reversal, I guess what, 300 points down from the top? Went all the way up to 840 and reversed the whole thing? Wow. Gamblers, so far so good on prop shop. I know other traders have gotten payouts. Wow, NQ just crashing tonight. All right, we're finally connected on, we're coming to lows of day today, huh? Wow. The low of the day was down at 530. Looks like NQ unforgiving today. NQ just took a plunge. Beryllium Jesse, what's up, brother? Good to see you. All right, NQ just going on down. I don't want to touch it. I guess it just reversed the entire FOMC move. Like literally, 530 was the low of this morning. I'm not touching it. But good evening to everybody. It's good to be back. I was away for the weekend, got back last night, and traded a little bit this morning. And good to be back. Good to be back. I loaded up on some evals, Apex 90% off, so I loaded up. How low is this thing going to go? 550 already. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Candle dealer. All right. NQ just crashing right now in front of us. I'm not getting in front of that until it finds a little bit of support. Let's take a look at some of these options levels. We did touch this area earlier this morning, that 530 area, and we bounced. That was the big bounce of this morning. If they start plunging below these HVL levels, it's going to get nasty again. Interesting. This area should support. 530 was the support area from this morning. That was the mega bounce. I don't know. I'm sure not going to try to front run that yet. At least not yet. Now, if NQ doesn't find support here, it could get volatile below this levels. It could get nasty. Wow. Reverse the whole damn thing. Now it's about to test the low of the day. This morning, the low at 9 a.m. was, that's 11 a.m. Eastern, 528. We're about to hit 520. We just flushed 528. Oh, NQ going downtown, boys. All right, so tapped low of day and finding a little bit of support. I'm still not trusting it, so I'm going to watch for a little bit longer before I try a long. Let's maybe a retest of that 530 area. We did come to these options levels, HVL area, which had it flushed below that, it would have gotten pretty nasty to the downside. But it doesn't mean it can't. Candle dealer, what's up? JPM 424. Bulenox is 90%. Actually, you're right. I had a note to update that. Let me update that right now. Anybody update? Anybody get some Apex? I loaded up on Apex. I got more than 20 accounts just in case I blow a few. Apex at 90%. What is it? 19 bucks for any size? That's a no-brainer. Well, Let's see. NQ still struggling to bounce, huh? All right, let's fix that Bulenox. All right, Bulenox should be fixed now. Next time you see that little ad, it should say 90%. Tony Lanes, what's up? All right, there we go. All right, NQ still not bouncing. Reversing the entire FOMC move up. That's what? The top was around 850. What was the top of this? 868. And we're down to 545, about 300-point pullback between the afternoon New York and so far in Asia, just plunging. Finding no support yet. Maybe this is support, but not the mega bounce yet. We did tap below this morning's low of 530. We just tapped it and wicked right below it. And who knows? Is this the bounce? Freddie Benavides. How you doing, everybody? Don't tell me you're not making money tonight. Blessings to all. No, I missed the entire move. I just turned it on. Hopefully you guys made some money on that move down. I'm here for the bounce. I just turned it on. Kushal Learning. What's up? I'm here for the bounce. But I'll wait. I'll be a little patient. But yeah, I missed the entire move down. I literally just turned all this on. Julian, yeah, man, I bought a lot of 150Ks for 20 bucks. That's what, $19 for those Apex. So I loaded up. I loaded up more than 20 just in case I blow a few. 19 bucks, you can't go wrong. That's the only time I buy Apex is at 90%. But this 90% is a little juicier. I don't think I've ever bought 150Ks for 20 bucks. Usually they're like 30 or something. I don't know. I could be wrong. All right, NQ still not finding the mega bounce here. Still hovering around that 530 area. That's today's low of day was 530. That was the bounce area from this morning's session. Let's see if this area holds or they want further downside. This morning we came down to these HVL areas and they bounced it around 530. If we get below HVL and stay below there, then it could get nasty. It could get nasty in terms of volatility, so we'll see. Doesn't look like it wants to bounce just yet. I'm going to stay hands off for a little bit longer until we see some direction on this. Otherwise, trend is your friend and they want further downside. Julian Vieira, is 150K account recommended? It all depends on your trading style, right? Some people love 25Ks. Some people love 50Ks. Some people love 100Ks. Personally, I love my 150Ks. Depends on your trading style. Depends on the drawdown you're comfortable with. the drawdown that you need. If you trade micros, you can probably get away with some 50Ks or 150Ks. If you trade minis, well, you need drawdown. So it really depends on your trading style, the instrument that you trade, where you are in your journey. So I wouldn't say there is a account that is recommended. I think it all depends on you and your trading style. Personally, I love my 150Ks. All right, NQ, not able to get above 550. Had a mega push down, and now it's slowed down. Let's take a look at Goldilocks. Goldilocks, oh man, I don't know what Goldilocks is doing either. Goldilocks is also on a descending pattern. Will it bounce here? Is that the test for the bounce? Everything, the whole market's crashing tonight. All right, NQ, let's see if this 530 area holds. This was from this morning's low. That was the bounce area this morning. But they came in down hard. They're coming down hard, man. I don't know if they're going to hold this. I think they want further downside. Now, if they want further downside, it's going to get ugly to the downside. It will get ugly. Only pencil. How long is that regression channel? Here, I'll show you the settings. I believe it's a 200. Yep, 200. All right, if they flush today's low, the New York session low, this is going downtown, baby. Looks like this is going downtown. Now the question is, how low will it go? How low will it go? 495? Wow. How low will it go? This is no joke. It just took 40 points. 40 points right there. NQ crashing hard. I'm assuming ES is doing the same thing. Yep. That's ES right above it. Bye-bye, NQ. Can't go down forever. We got to find a bounce area. Come on. There's got to be a bounce, right? Right? There's got to be a bounce. Oh, that's the bounce right there. There's the wick I was looking for. All right, we're going to try very tight stop, very risky. Tight stop below that wick. So this is going back to Friday's high. They're flushing. If they can't hold that, then forget it. This thing's going downtown. All right, getting stopped out there. Wants more. I'll try 400 again for a bounce. Otherwise, leaving this alone. 400 is the next pivot point, right? S2. Let me move this. S2's down at 400. Or 390, rather. Pavon, any news why it's red? I honestly don't know. Just taking a major plunge. I'll wait for that next S2, which is around 390, that pivot point. This is not R2, this is S2. Hold on. Was 100 points. There's got to be a bounce. Come on. Let me try it again. I'm going to stay in that area for a little bit. I'll entertain the pivot point. I'll either die trying to play the bounce or get the bounce. We'll see. This is going back to Friday's highs. I mean, otherwise we're going back to Friday lows if this fails. Ugly. Ugly. Coop, now you understand? I guess they rug pulled everybody up at 850. We're down, what, 400 points? And it still wants more, huh? Wow. Coop, tell it. Oh my God, it does want more. Jesus. All right, here comes the pivot point. If they can't hold that pivot point, I'll get out. Pivot point is at 390. Looks like that was the attempt to flush it. Can they bounce it though? Pavon, can we go up now? That's what I want. Trying to long this falling knife. Ain't working out. All right, does anybody know about some news that I don't know about? We just flushed, since I turned the stream on, about 150 points. All right. Green Trump red, Oracle down 12%. Really? Wow. All right, let me take a look at NVIDIA. What's NVIDIA doing? NVIDIA down. All right, here comes that pivot point. That pivot point doesn't hold. Forget it. This thing is crashing tonight. That's 100 points in about 5 minutes. You got to be kidding me. That pivot point is not holding. All right, that's my last attempt to save the trade. If they flush below that, then I'll have to close for a nasty loss. Pivot point holding. Train holding on for dear life here. Let's go. Freddie, what's up, brother? All right, here's the make or break on that pump. Gold just hit the 200 SMA and bounced. NQ just puked. And no bounce for NQ yet. That was what? Well, it was a 40-point bounce. I guess you could call that the bounce. And no bounce. So every time it's tapped the 9 EMA, it's come back down. They tapped it here. They attempted to tap it here. They got to get above that 9. All right, so S2 390 held for now. They're trying to bounce, but if they can't get above that 9 EMA, that's wishful thinking. They'll bring it right back down. Candle dealer got long at 446. I'm long 438. I should have put 2 contracts down there at that pivot point, but shoulda, coulda, woulda doesn't count. See if we can get above these moving averages. Otherwise, it's a dead cat bounce, and they'll bring it right back down. We're looking to get above the 9, start pushing, and start testing. Maybe come back up to that 20 SMA right here at 485. Ooh, they failed at the 9. That means they're bringing it back down hard. Ugh, not pretty. Freddie thinks it needs more downside. Well, they just failed the 9 EMA, so I agree. And if they fail that 9, they'll bring it down hard. trapping some longs like myself. See what ES is doing. ES is also trying to bounce. All right, we need to get above that 9 EMA and push up hard. Let's go. 490 might be the next test, or this 485. Where's VWAP? Well, VWAP's all the way up, back up at 600. Maybe this 80 area. Let's see what happens between 80 and 90. If they can get above that, but they need to get above the 9 EMA. This little blue line is being resistance. They tried to push above, they got pushed down hard. Now they need to push above it and test the 20. Rebbe limit order placed at 25,280. So you're thinking we go further down. NQ not able to bounce, not getting above those moving averages. If they can get above 50, we may get a move up to 70 area, 80 area. Struggling. Struggling at the 9. Looks like it wants a further downside. Oh, man. Just got rejected again at the 9 EMA. Not pretty. Not pretty. All right, come on, NQ. Get above 50. Get above 50 and push. Get above 50 and push. Iron Triangle Trade just joined now. Any ideas what's going in the market? Your guess is better than mine. Nobody has said anything about news, but looking like NQ unable to bounce just yet. NQ looking for 50. Come on, get above 50. The 20 SMA is creeping down. Ugh, it's not good. Candle dealer, 440 my average. I'm right below you at 438 for my average in on that long. Let's go. Let's go. Market crash before Christmas. I'm looking for the Santa Claus rally. All right, we're cutting to the 20. That's the make or break on this bounce. If they can get above the 20, then we got to bounce back up. If the 20 is the final goodbye and back down, then we're all in. Anybody in the long's in trouble. This is the make or break on this bounce. Come on. Candle dealer, 475 TP. I would like 490, but I'm willing to be flexible. So here's what I'll do. TP1. And TP2 if we get up there. But they got to get above that 20. So they got to push above the 20. Where's the lower band of VWAP? The lower band of VWAP is 478. So let me lower my first TP right below that. Lower band of VWAP is 478. So I got my first TP at 476. All right. Let's see how we do. Struggling at the 20. They got to push up. They got to push up and hold the 9 EMA. Let's go, baby. Come on. Come on. All right, so first TP is that lower band of VWAP. Second TP, depending on what happens there, I'll figure it out. But let's go for first now. Let's see if we can get a push up. All right, the 9 EMA just crossed the 20, which is good, but they got to hold it. 9 EMA is now trying to cross above the 20 on the lower time frame. That 9 has to hold. If they fail here, then forget it. Game over. Cobop, yeah, that mouse icon allows you to set your entries. All right, they got to hold that 9. Oh, man, if they fail there, it's game over. Ooh, come on, hold that 9. Hold that 9. They got to hold that 9. They can't fail there. There you go. 9 is trying to cross above the 20, which is good, but the 9 has to hold. There you go. Come on, push. Otherwise, that's pretty much it, and they can bring this back down pretty aggressively. BF Diaz. No, I don't think Powell is speaking. I don't think so. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Oh, by the way, I noticed that YouTube has this on dual view. In other words, some of you are watching it on your vertical. So if you're on vertical, there is a YouTube stream with the standard horizontal or large format. So hello to everybody on the short format, whatever it's called, vertical format. But for whatever reason, YouTube is now dual streaming. So you guys are seeing both the vertical and the horizontal layout. If you're on vertical and wondering what the hell this is, hop onto the long form content to watch the stream better. Am I short? I'm long, baby. I'm going long. First TP at 476. Actually, I'm watching this lower band of VWAP. 471. Oh, shoot. So I got to lower this. I'm going to lower my first TP to 470. That's the lower band of VWAP. All right, first TP hit. And then I'm going to watch this area for potential rejection or continuation. You know what? I'm going to take my profit. That's 800 bucks in the green there. Let's not get greedy. All right, guys. So got run up a little bit. I entered long, DCA'd at the pivot point. Now I'll wait for a pullback, and I guess we are pushing up, so we'll wait. Same here, candle dealer. I'll wait for a pullback and get back in. So here's what we're watching, right? Now we have a confirmed bounce. This is the channel that we're watching. I'll play the bottom of that channel and hop back in. As long as the channel holds. Running with the bulls. Appreciate you, brother. So we're watching this 9 EMA, the 20. So the 9 crossed above the 20, which is good, which is what we wanted on this bounce. Now we're watching for 9 EMA pullbacks for support, right? Candle dealer, appreciate you, man. Bernardo, man, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Anytime I hear blown accounts, it's not pretty. Leo trades. How many trades do you take so far? I've taken 2 trades, right? I played this level for a long with a tight stop, got stopped out. Then added at the pivot point here and just closed my second trade. First trade was a loss, small little paper cut. And this one was a green one. I think we're up about 800 bucks. Let's wait for a pullback and I'll entertain another long. Longy long. Now, if this is a bear flag, right, we got to be careful playing these channels, right? Although it's a channel, doesn't mean the channel's going to go forever. This could be the classic bear flag as well. And then trying to long down here and it'll flush us out. So we got to be careful with the bear flag. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I got to get some H2O. All right, sorry about that, guys. We're back. All right, let's see. Who else is here? Bernardo. Joe Crypto lost 2 50K evals tonight. Got third. All right, brother, let's go. We've all lost accounts at some point in the game. So sorry to hear that, but you'll be back. All right. Leo trades. Happy kids. What's up? Lone Wolf. All right. All right, so NQ playing this channel. Got to be careful. It's not a bear flaggy flag. Coming to that 20 SMA right now on the 5 minute. That's 92. Top of this channel, 480 resistance. 486, 492. Joe Crypto, run bulls, run. Yep. So right now it's at the lower band of VWAP, right? 470, 475 area. Bulls want to continue to push. They got to get up. They got to get above the 5-minute. We're about to hit the 5-minute 20 SMA. We're right here. Sorry, the 5-minute 90 MA is providing that resistance. Oh, are they breaking that channel to the downside? Hold on. Whoa, whoa. Yep, they're breaking. All right, so it's either a bear flag or a continuation to the upside. They're breaking the 20. Ugh, they break that 20. Bueno. All right, I'm going to play the bounce of that 20 SMA, but I'm going to have a tight stop right below this wick. So either they get back into the channel or they break the channel to the downside. And the bear flag plays out. One of the two is going to happen. All right, they're trying to get back into that channel, but struggling. At 20 SMA, I'm watching the 20 SMA on the 5-minute. That's providing resistance right now. So maybe it's not ready for continuation to the upside. Come on. All right, struggling there at the 20 SMA on the 5-minute. That's proving to be resistance right now. So it looks like if it wants further downside, it'll stop me out. Tight little stop there. And I guess we'll have to think about further downside here. Stopped out. I can get back in if they see the push up, but I got to see the push up first. What's up? All right, looks like bear flag playing out here. All right, they're coming back to test. If this area, that 425, fails, they're going back downtown. Sort of respecting it, Freddie. Not really. No bounce just yet. I'll wait for 424 and probably hop on again. Yeah, it could be a retest of this pivot point, so we're gonna have to be patient here. All right, I'm gonna start building along here. They could bring it back down to that pivot point, but I'll try to build it. I do think they're gonna use this area as a bounce, but doesn't mean they can't bring it down further first. Come on, push up, push up. Push up, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so now we're coming up to that resistance area. We're 476 again. Needs to get back into that channel. Play it all the way up. Come on, don't bring it back down, you mother flower. Let's go. All right, using the 20. Come on, push, push, push. It's back at the lower band of VWAP. Again, finding resistance at that lower band. It was not able to get, on this round, it wasn't able to get above the lower band of VWAP. Looks like, again, rejecting there. Come on. Kushal Learning, holding for 522, first target. Finding resistance again at those moving averages. NQ struggling with those moving averages. Ah. All right, we need to get above that 476 area. That's that lower band of VWAP. Needs to push above that and stay above. Come on. Otherwise, no bueno. Yeah, I agree. That was a nice little wick to the upside. Good rejection. Come on, let's push. Let's push, baby. Push. No juice. Come on. Come on. I actually like gold at night. It's just gold has been way too much of a chop fest. I'm watching gold on a separate chart here. I'm like, what is gold doing? I can't find a pattern on gold. So I'll wait for gold to give a pattern or something. Gold has just been chop fest. All right, here we go. We're getting this little bounce. We're trying to get above that lower band of VWAP. I think I'm going to play the top of this range only for now. Or top of this range is around 476. I'm going to watch what happens. If we get a boner candle above 475, then I'll stay. Otherwise, this might be the move. That's it. Test of that 475 area. And get out for now. And then reevaluating. Hop back in. Yeah, 470 was the out. Struggling up there. Struggling. Just can't get above that lower band of VWAP. Just can't get above it. Needs to push. Big boner candle. Get out. Push. There you go. Push up. Push up. There we go. There we go. And I'm out. That's the 20 SMA on the 5-minute. Wait for a pullback and see what NQ wants to do, and I'll hop on the long again. I don't care. I'll long it all night on the way up. So this is the 5-minute. Here's that 9 EMA on the 5-minute. That was my exit right there. So far, we have not been able to get above the 9 EMA, so I'm not going to have any wishful thinking. I'll play the 9 to 9 till it fails. All right. Let's get back on the 1 minute. Zach, what's up, brother? All right, let's see if there's a pattern in all this nonsense. I think we got an adjusted pattern here. Zach, I appreciate you, brother. Candle dealer still holding 2 runners. Nice. Yeah, I'm waiting for the break above the middle of this channel. So, for instance, we played the bounce, came to the top. The middle of this channel was support. Top of the channel became resistance. They broke the middle of the channel, came, tested the bottom. And now the middle of this channel seems to be resistance. So I'm only playing it to the top of that. I'm sorry, to the middle of that channel. Let's see if we get a play all the way up, and I'll attempt maybe to short up here. Hyatt, what's up? Scalping NQ tonight, looking for patterns. Looks like we found a little pattern here. Till it breaks. And we give it all back. All right, good evening. Good evening to everyone. Welcome to the stream. We are doing what's it called? Dual layout, dual stream layout tonight. I guess it's a new feature on YouTube. Some of you are watching the long format. Some of you are watching the vertical. So if you're on vertical, and I don't know what the vertical looks like, and you're like, what the hell is this? Hop on the horizontal or the full view. There are 2 streams going on right now. Sales the 10 lows. I'm not. Yeah, candle dealer. Vertical is for the phones. So if you guys are on your phones, but I don't even know what it looks like. Hold on. Let me see if I can see what that stream looks like. I guess I got to get on my phone. It's a new feature by YouTube. Apparently it streams both at the same time. Let's see if I can find my own vertical. All right, I'm going to wait for that channel to see if we can get a hold down here at around 454, and I'll do the same thing. Although we are struggling at that 9 EMA, so you can't just look at the channel, right? Channels aren't going to hold forever. But if you look at the 5 minute, we are struggling at that 9 EMA. Doesn't mean it's going to reject every single time, but they're trying to push above. The next stop, if they get above the 9 EMA, obviously would be that 20 SMA would be the next resistance area. That 20 SMA has been creeping down, but they need to get above that 9. So that's why I'm watching that channel. All right, I can't even find my own long format, so maybe scratch that. All right, so here we go. It's a little slow in this channel. Mitchell, 100K Apex. What is the best Apex size to try? I've said it before. It's all based on your trading style. I personally like 150Ks because I trade minis. I'm sorry, and I need drawdown, especially trading NQ. So 150Ks are good for me for drawdown and have a good balance. But if you trade micros, you can probably get away with 100Ks, 50Ks. It all depends on your trading style, your trading instrument, all that good stuff. All right, here we go. They're trying to get above the 9. They're positioning above the 9. If they can break above that 9, then you'll have a quick move up to the top of this channel around that 500 area. Gleb! Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. All right, they're pushing. They're pushing. 500, I guess, is next. I'm going to let that one go. They are now above that lower band of VWAP. They're positioned now above the 9 EMA on the 5 minute. So it's moving. Do me a favor, if you're enjoying the stream, if you're new, smash that like, smash that subscribe. I do this every night live. Tonight we're trading NQ. Not touching Goldilocks tonight, although Goldilocks is in a bounce as well. Hold on for a second, guys. I got dad duties. I'll be right back. All right, that little pattern playing out. Freddy's in a long. Oh, we did break. I should have taken the long on the break of 78. That was the entry. Too late now. All right, house account is available tonight, guys. I forgot to mention that. Um, House account is open for trades. House account is in a little bit of drawdown from last week, but I'm sure you guys can bring it back to life. All right, so NQ taking off. Oh, here we go. Now I see the vertical. So if you guys are watching on vertical format, here we go. Hold on. For vertical, I gotta literally move this all the way here. I know you guys are watching on your phones if you're watching the vertical stream, but make life easy on yourself. Just hop on the horizontal stream or the full format stream here on YouTube. That way you get the full view. All right, so the bigger picture regression channel, you guys know that regression channel is automatic. I don't draw this channel. That's based on a higher time frame view. We're at the top of the regression channel, which is this red and green channel. My hand-drawn channel, we're right in the middle, but trend is still to the downside. We're approaching the top of that regression channel. Let's see if they continue on up and break out or come right back down. All right, guys, like I said, if you're watching the vertical stream, I know YouTube now has a vertical and a horizontal stream. I know it's on your phones, but you probably get a better view hopping on the horizontal stream or the full format stream here on YouTube. Corey the Scalper, damn, I should have come live. I just passed live 6-100K. Nice. 2 Topstep evals. Adam, yeah, they dumped it. I played the long, I played the bounce. We got some green, but they definitely dumped it. I didn't get any of that move to the downside. All right, so we got this bottom of the channel around 469, 470 area, potential pullback, hop back in. I think I'm gonna lock in the what do I have, $1,000 already on these accounts? I bought a ton of Apex evals at 90%, so I'm up nicely. I may just lock it in. In the meantime, if you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. I do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern. Let's take a look at the house account. House account is available for trades if you guys want to take a trade on it. I'm tempted to hop on a long, but I'm going to lock in the profit for tonight. So for those of you that are new, we have a house account that's traded by you guys, the viewers. I don't trade the chat or community account. You guys take trades on it. Julian, appreciate you, man. Have a good night. Hope you walked out with some green as well. Candle dealer in at 476. Tight stop at 470. Let me go back to NQ. I think I'm going to... Hold on, let me extend this channel a little bit. All right, it's coming back to test that 20. It's coming back to test the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. That could be a good bounce area. I'm tempted to hop on along here. Hold on. So we pushed above the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. Now we're coming back to test that. It's also the bottom of that channel. I'm going to wait to see if we can get back in that channel. Stay in the channel, rather. What I really should do is lock into profit and stop trying to take another trade. That's 3 trades. Call it a day, buddy. All right, so we talked about the higher time frame regression channel. We were at the top of the higher time frame regression channel. Although we are in a lower time frame ascending channel, that doesn't mean it's going to play out forever. Higher time frames signal direction. We are still in a downtrend, and we came to the top of that regression channel on the higher time frame, which is the top of this red, and taking a pullback. Let's see if this area holds and they push back up. I think I'm going to wait for a break of that channel before I do anything else, or just lock in the green for the night. Stop trying to be a hero. Got some nice green. Walk away. Corey, we came all the way down to FOMC open. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It literally gave back the entire FOMC play to what, 865, gave back the whole thing. Michael Gianos, what setting do you use for the regression channel? I believe it's set at 200. Actually, Beryllium Jesse helped me set up this regression channel. So yes, it's set at 200 and upper deviation and lower deviation 1 and 1. All right, so we're in a little conundrum right now. Lower time frames, we are in an ascending channel. Of course, that's a lower time frame channel, so that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to play forever. Higher time frame regression channel, still in a downtrend, and we're at the top. That's why I'm staying out for now. I want to see what happens up here. They can push up. That doesn't mean it's going to the downtrend is going to continue forever. They may break out of that. Beryllium Jesse, forget the FOMC move. We gave back like 6 or 7 days of progress. All right, so the bottom of this, the hand-drawn channel, holding. All right, I guess the entry was there, 474, 475. Sometimes you got to trust your charting. And remember, we were talking about the middle of that channel becoming resistance, but they're playing it to the upside. So quick little scalp maybe to the middle of that channel. All right, good evening to everyone, to all the new users out there. I know we're doing vertical stream today, but I'm watching the vertical stream on another. I gotta literally put this here for you guys. So if you're on vertical, if I caught your attention on the vertical stream, hop on the wide format. Or the horizontal view, so you get a better view versus because literally what YouTube does I'm watching this vertical stream. All it does is grab the middle of the screen and makes it a vertical stream, which makes no sense. But hey, to each his own. And if you're new to the stream and enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. I do this every night with you guys, Monday through Thursday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern. And I also live stream in the mornings, 9:15 a.m. Eastern for the New York session. All right, Preddy is taking a long on the house account. 2 minis, market long. Let's take a look at the house account. If you're new, the house account is traded by you guys, the viewers. We're hopping on a long, 2 minis, market long, NQ, 20-point stop loss, so 484, 464. 464 stop. There you go. And Beryllium Jesse letting us know about the 90% Apex deal right now. I bought a ton of Apex this morning, taking advantage of that 90% deal. What is it? I think it's like 19, right under 20 bucks per account. Lifetime PA fees for the holiday special are $65 for the 25K, 50K, and 100K. All in. For the 150K, 250K, and 300K, it's 125 to 144.60 all in. Oh, I didn't know that, Beryllium Jesse. You got to pass by December 16th. All right. I think I'm looking at it only as 90% off for now. But I guess you got a YOLO, baby, YOLO. That is the only time I buy. Well, I shouldn't say that, but let's just say I buy a lot of Apex accounts at 90% off. That's the time to buy Apex. Kobob, have a good night, brother. Enjoy the movie. Coop, what's going on? I don't know if I said hello to Coop earlier. Sales to 10 lows. I'm not sure. We got a little conundrum going on right now. So higher time frame trend is to the downside, right? And we're at the top of that downtrend. Whereas in the smaller time frame, we have an uptrend building. Doesn't mean it's going to hold. So higher time frame, we're in a downtrend on NQ. Lower time frame, we're finding some support, trying to bounce and attempting to get out of that downtrend. Could go either way. Happy kids, I buy 150Ks. Those are my favorites for now. Next year, I'll reevaluate if I continue on the 150Ks or go back to 50Ks. But I think I do like the 150Ks. More drawdown, blow less accounts. I've gotten less payouts with 150Ks, but I've also blown less accounts, if that makes sense. So I think 150Ks get me out of the gambling of 50Ks, right? 50Ks, you start seeing 700, 800, $1,000 in drawdown. You don't have much left. You're going to gamble it. So I think the 150Ks keep me out of trouble. Although emotions always kick in, and it's when the emotions kick in that accounts are blown. All right, NQ respecting this ascending channel, but again, that's a lower time frame. We're looking at the 1 minute. How long can that hold? Versus the higher time frame descending pattern that we're right at the top of that descending pattern. They're trying to break out. Is it an extended bear flag and we got more downside? I don't know. We'll see. What I won't do is guess. Hey Cap, been working on 25K Apex, not easy, but got 9 funded and working to get to 20. Nice. 25Ks require skill. 25Ks, I don't think you can trade minis, or you got to be very skilled with minis on 25Ks, but I think micros are a good balance for 25Ks. Coop, options for tomorrow looked like crap at 3:30 today. I was baffled. Not anymore. I was surprised on that. I mean, I know it's FOMC and it's what's the word I'm looking for? Volatility. But I was surprised seeing that move on FOMC all the way up to, what was it, 870? Is that how high we got? Yep. But this move back down is actually scary in terms of the economy, right? You would think this is what everyone's been asking for, right? Lower interest rates, lower interest rates. Sure, we got the move up, rallied to 860, 870. How far did we get? 874, 870, yeah, 870, and then right back down. Tells you the economy is just struggling right now. Kushal made a Marubozu candle on 15 minutes. Whichever side breaks, trend will continue on that end. Yeah. We've had 1, 2, 3 15-minute candles green in a row. But it's slowed down. So I think I'm good with my trades here. For those of you that thought my first trade was a loss, I tried to long the 500 level and took a little paper cut there. And then I played the bounce or added down here at the pivot point right around 390. Walked out with some green covering at the time. That was the lower band of VWAP. And then took a little paper cut here looking for the bounce. Didn't happen right there. Re-entered on this wick and covered again at the 9 EMA on the 5 minute. And now we're playing this channel, but I think I'm staying out. How is the house account doing? Oh, here we go. House account is in some green. Let's take a look at the house account. Let's put it in the middle for the vertical stream view. Freddie, so what are you thinking on here? You're thinking this is going to the moon now, right? Probably back up to test these areas. 530. What is this? 523. That wick right there. 550. Okay, you're dreaming big. All right, I like it. So let's put your target right there. So house account has a target of 550. Chris Noof, what's up, brother? Full portrait for the stream. Candle dealer 510 hit. Nice trade, brother. Nice trade. So the channel is playing out. Basically, your support is at the bottom. The middle is your resistance as it continues to move up. But if they continue to move up, we're going to get a play where they push above this resistance in the middle of the channel and push right to the top. And that'll be probably around 550 where Preddy's targeting. So, Coach Fred, what a night, my man. Mostly green. Nice. I think a lot of you guys caught the move on the way down and walked out with some green. I caught the move on the way up. I played the bounce. I wasn't around for the flush for that move down, but by the time I started the stream, I was looking for a bounce and I got it. So I'm locking it in. I'm up about $1,000, but I'm letting this go for now. Zach, waiting for the boner candle. Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time before they push above this middle of the channel resistance, and you get that nice clean move up to that 540, 550 area. Adam trading the gold pump. All right, let's take a look at the chat account again. Chat account in some nice green. And for those of you who are new to the stream, the chat account is the house account. You guys trade this. You guys, the viewers. I don't trade the chat account. You guys, the viewers, can take the trade in the chat. All you got to do is type in your entry, your stop, and your TP. Right now, we're in a trade on the house account courtesy of Freddy. And he's got some green on NQ. And Freddy is going now for pivot point. Let me make sure I got that pivot point right. Yeah, it is 594. Freddy, tell me how you want to trail it. I can trail it for you, but you got to tell me how to trail it. Sales, yes, the house account. The house account is in a long right now. I'm flat. I'm probably going to lock in my profit for the night, but the house account is in a long right now. This is a Apex 150K, Preddy. So you have drawdown, you have 5K, but it is trailing. In other words, if you bring this back to break even, you lost $1,000 of drawdown, even though you closed the trade at break even. What's the best account to get with the 90% off? Depends on your trading style, Yozum. We talked about this earlier. It depends on your trading style, what instrument. You trade micros, minis. I personally like the 150Ks. I trade NQ mainly, and I only trade minis, although I'm trying to trade micros. I have a 25K with Lucid and Prop Shop that I'm trying to trade micros, but it's a different ball game. I like my minis, and I trade 150Ks because of that. I need the drawdown. All right, Preddy, trail to the last red candle down of that. All right, so let's move your stop right there below the 9 EMA. Boom. Running with the bulls, what Apex account would you recommend? Tradeify plan. I have a Topstep. So that's different. I trade, it depends on what platform you like, right? I don't like Tradeify. I don't trade on Ninja. Not because I don't like Ninja, just because I like Quantower more. So I only buy Rhythmic with Apex and most prop firms. If I get Tradeify, I don't necessarily trade it on Ninja or Tradeify. I copy trade it using Tradesyncer. But if you like Tradeify and you like Ninja, which, hey, a lot of people love Ninja. Ninja is pretty damn good. I just happen to like Quantower more. But it all depends on what you like trading. All right, house account in some nice green here. House count coming to this area right here, that 25 area, and they're breezing right through it. Running with the bulls, no worries. Freddie, you want TP to the pivot point, blue line? Ooh, brother, you're going all the way up there. You know that doesn't. Oh, I'm gonna stay quiet. Do what you guys say. So 594. You're going for 594. Let's give it to you right there. So pivot point is 594. And Freddie is doubled up on that one. And Preddy, just let me know as you adjust your trailing TP. Running with the bulls, base hits don't need home runs. Yeah, like I said, the house account, which is the trade you're looking at right now, is based on you guys, the viewers. I don't make opinions. I don't get involved on the trade. I encourage and support everyone who takes trades on it. So the house account is open to you guys, the viewers. You guys can take trades on it at any time. You can trade NQ, gold, ES, whatever you want. You just got to let me know your entry, your stop, and your TP. All right, so back to my screen here. NQ playing this channel for now, starting to break above this little resistance line that we had, the middle of that channel. So potential move to that 550 area next. Candle dealer in at 525. We'll add on the dips going for 555. Investors. Sorry, I missed it, but it's done for the night. Bernardo, how do you deal with JC? How do you deal with days like this when you build an eval till funded and then you lose all the 5 funded? Hey man, it's not easy. I think I've shared the story back in the days when I started with Topstep. Remember the first time this is the first time I got into prop firms, and after a couple of months with Topstep, I finally made it to XFA. After a couple months, you know how long it took me to blow that XFA? 1 day, a couple hours actually. It's not easy, man. I've blown enough accounts to know that I walk out, especially when I'm in the green. You gotta be. It's not because you're a coward. It's just the market is eventually going to get you. Not every pattern is going to play out forever. Sure, today, if we're looking at my screen, this channel is playing out and probably could have held longer, but I've learned to just take the profit, take the green, close it. What am I up? $1,000 on a couple of Apex evals that I'm trading tonight? Just walk out. Sure, you can make more, but you can also lose more and give it back. And when you blow accounts, whether they're funded or evals, especially the funded, forget about evals. I think when you blow funded accounts, you just got to find ways to figure out what's wrong. That doesn't mean you're going to solve it quickly. Most of the time, you're going to make the same mistake. For me, the biggest issue I have is risk management. And some of you guys have seen, especially during the morning session, that I take more trades and more aggressive trades. I have a big issue with risk management. If I don't cut a trade, again, I trade 150Ks and I trade minis. If I don't cut a losing trade around $1,300 or $1,500 in the red, if I start seeing $2,000 in drawdown, that's $2,000 in the red, the demons come out. What do I mean by that? I just refuse to close the damn trade. I'm going to get stubborn. I'm going to add. Somebody just wrote that my mistake is oversized. I start adding to it because in my mind, it's negative 2,000. I can save it by adding more minis. That's my biggest problem. My biggest issue is tilt and not adding to losing trades just to save it. There's one thing adding to a losing trade because of the level, your chart, something's telling you, well, I made a mistake on this area. You're not always going to nail it. As long as you're adding based on levels or based on your strategy, that's fine. But DCAing just randomly and out of emotion, that's my biggest issue. I've controlled it a lot lately. I think I've made it a point to cut my losing trades on 150Ks max per trade is about $1,300-$1,500. That has been working out for the last couple of weeks. It's been something that I finally said, you know what, that's it. When I go back and look at when I make the silliest mistakes, it's once I start seeing 2K in the red. 2K in the red is when the demons come out. And I got to avoid that. So to avoid that, I'm limiting myself to about $1,300-$1,500 in the red per trade. That's because I trade the 150Ks. I need to tighten. Now, I'm also aware that I need to tighten that even further. In other words, a good risk management for 150Ks really should be $600, $700. I'm not there yet. I'm not going to lie to you guys. $1,300, $1,500 is already a stretch. There's something about losing. My personality, I don't want to lose. I have to figure out how to save the trade. Sometimes you do. Most of the times you won't. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. Taking the loss. Bubblegan, what's up, brother? Appreciate the kind words. And Bernardo, listen, we've all been there blowing accounts. You just got to stick with it. Try to find what your issue is. Most of the times it's either risk management, emotions, and oversizing. All right, Bernardo, I'll tell a little more. I had a cash account that was 100 USD, and I swear I brought it to 15K. Then one day, 2 weeks ago, I left the position open, and NVIDIA news took all of that. Since then, I got traumatized and fear took over. Yeah, man, it's a big loss is mess with our confidence for sure. Coach Fred, payout secured on Lucid 25K. On a 25K, that's impressive, brother. Like I said, I respect anybody who trades 25Ks and gets payouts, man. Those are not easy. Tight drawdown, tight trading. So nicely done, Coach Fred. That's good. Bernardo, my issue is risk management. Hey, you're not alone. I just said it. My biggest issue, or has been, is risk management, and I'm working on it. Baby steps. I don't think I can come down and say, hey, on minis, I'm going to reduce my risk to $600, $700 per trade. I'm not there yet, especially with NQ and minis. If I switch to micros, I could see it. But I like the minis. So for now, 13 to 1500 is my sweet spot to close a losing trade. Whether it's a DCA trade or just the original entry, that's where I'm at right now. If I see 2000 in red, listen, I'm going to be honest, and I don't have a problem being honest. The demons come out. I don't close that trade. I can't close it. I just can't. It's like, $2,000. I'm not going to save it. It's either I'll save it with adding contracts to it, or I'll blow it. And that's the mistake. I don't want to do that anymore. And I've been pretty damn good for the last couple of weeks, not limiting my losses to about 1,300, 1,500 per trade. All right, Freddie Benavides, I've blown 30, Topstep, 25 in Apex, 28. My funded futures now I have 22 funded without losing. All right, without losing, that's good. I know what you're talking about. Been there before. Yeah. Steve, micros good so you can scale wide. Yeah, I am playing with some 25Ks, I'll be honest. And I'm playing some micros on 25Ks separately. I'm trying to get in the habit of, trading micros. I do agree that if I changed, right now I trade 1 to 2, maybe 3 minis on NQ. If I switched to micros and my first entry was 5 micros, second entry 5 micros, and so on, I would probably limit my risk way more. I do see the power of switching to micros, especially 5 micros, half size, right? Half a mini. I'm considering it. So I'm trading 25K separately, just trying to see how I do with micros. Crazy Diamond just wrote it. 5 micros is the best. I'm coming to terms that I agree with that. Because, for instance, I just said that my max loss per trade that I'm allowing myself is about $1,300 to $1,500 with 1 mini or 2 minis. With micros, if I do 5 micros, I can take a lot more drawdown, right? Or a lot more points and still be around $700, $800 in the red to close the trade. So I agree. I think micros are a less risky strategy, but baby steps for me. Working on it. All right. I think we're going to get stopped out on the house account here, Freddie. Let's, if it holds the channel, then we continue. If not, hey, it'll break, and good trade either way. If it breaks the channel, there's no reason to stay in that trade. So the house account walking out with potentially some green. Yep, stopped out. NQ breaking that channel. Remember, we said shorter time frame. That channel's not going to hold forever. Higher time frame, we have a descending, trend is your friend. On the higher time frames, we're still in a descending pattern. So Investor is easier to DCA with micros, just don't double. Yep, I agree. Joe Crypto, this is insightful convo. Yeah, micros can be powerful. I agree. I think I've been playing around with micros on 25Ks. And I do like the idea of switching to, most of my entries are 1, 2, maybe 3 minis on NQ. If I have that to determine if my trade is right or wrong, and then add on that winning trade. But starting with 5 micros, I'm controlling my risk a lot better. I agree. EC Drive, true story, passed the 50K test account in 5 days with Take Profit Trader. Yesterday, 1250 green. Then today, freaking blew it on the chop in the morning. Sad story. We've all been there, man. It's chop ain't pretty. And the reason we blow it is because of the confidence, right? You passed your Take Profit Trader in 5 days. You know, I've had winning streaks of 10 days, 12 days. And then one day I blow the whole thing. Confidence. I hate winning streaks for that reason, because winning streaks build overconfidence. You start feeling like, oh, you figured it out. You're the king. Man, it's only a matter of time before the market gets you. It's just the way it works. If it didn't work that way, we'd all be millionaires. It just doesn't work that way. Eventually, the pattern is not going to work the way you're in sync with it, and it's going to get you. I've learned that, and I've learned to walk out. The funny thing is, I don't have a problem walking out in the green like today. I'm not taking any more trades. $1,000 in the green. I'm copy trading a few evals with Apex. Done. I don't have a problem walking out. My issue is walking out in the red. I had an issue taking a red day. Now, this morning, I think I walked out. I battled the market this morning, and I walked out $700 in the red, and I said, that's it, I'm done. I don't have a problem taking a red day anymore. I think that's the biggest thing for issues where you pass your account, you get to a payout, and then you blow the account. It's usually overconfidence and not taking a small red day. That's usually the issue. We have to get in the habit of taking a red day, because we get so used to seeing green, green, green. You get to a payout, a winning streak. That red day, if you don't control it after winning streaks, you're going to blow it. Emotions will take over. Oh, Preddy, doesn't a small L feel good? It does if you look at your stats. Exactly. You were there this morning. I gave up. I was like, oh, this is choppy. And I think I walked out $700, $800 in the red today. I took the red day. Zen Blue 5 Take Profit Trader evals nearly passed, trying to make last $50 without a stop loss, and DCA is dangerous. I blew it with micros. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. But listen, I bet you that I'm glad everybody's sharing their stories. I've shared my stories. Listen, I bet you that 9 out of the 10 times that we have blown an account, it's not our strategy. It's not the way we're looking at the market. It's the damn emotion, refusing to take a loss, adding to the loser, DCAing to infinity, because maybe once or twice you DCA to infinity, you saved the account and you walked out with like 2K in the green, and now you think every time it's going to work. Well, it only works a couple of times. Most of the time it's not. Most of the times you're going to blow accounts. But that's what it's all about, taking the loss. That's what I've been working on for the last 3 days, is tighter risk management. Just walk out. You're not in sync today. Big deal. So you take I don't know, whatever, if you're trading minis or micros, whatever your number is. For me, it's about $700. I walked out in the red today with $700. Big deal. It's going to take me maybe a day or two or less to make that back. But I live to trade another day. BFDs, any tips to pass Apex eval accounts? I have my first one with them, but I feel I got to take short trades in the green out before any possible pullback. Yeah, that's one thing. Listen, I haven't been trading Apex for a while because I did blow my accounts a couple weeks ago, and I only buy Apex at 90%, so I reloaded on Apex. I do like Apex PAs because of the tight rules. Interestingly enough, Apex, to your point, BFDs, keeps you tight. In other words, because it's intraday trailing, you got to close that profit. If you're up 2K and you close at $500 in the green on a trade, well, it's nice. You're still up $500 on your account, but you just lost $1,500 of drawdown. So Apex rules, or the Apex consistency rule, and the way the drawdown works, the way intraday trailing drawdown works, it it forces you to grab your profit. And I do like Apex. I think my trading style has improved because of that tight capturing of profits. But to each his own. How many times have you been in the green and you get greedy and it just turns right back on you? And there's different thoughts on that. Some people say no, play your stop. That was the trade, and if you were up $2,000 and now you're down 700 on your stop, that's acceptable. For me, because I'm so used to trading Apex, that's not, because I learned that you lose drawdown if you let that thing come back down. So I'm fine taking little profits here and there. All right. Why would anybody buy Apex accounts when Lucid Flex is out there? No buffer, no consistency. I agree. I think Zabek the Midget brings up a good point. There are a lot of prop firms out there. I use Lucid for straight to funded, Lucid Direct. But for evals, listen, you guys got to look at all the options out there. Different trading styles, different needs in terms of drawdown. There's a lot of prop firms out there. I think the draw to Apex right now is 90% off, right? Skeletor, JC, don't you think they should get rid of trailing drawdown? I think that's messed up for the trader. Trailing drawdown is against the trader. I agree with you on that. What I do like about it is it teaches you to take your profit. Because you know you're losing, even though you're closing your trade in the green, you could be losing drawdown if you don't close it at the high, right? So is intraday trailing down drawdown in favor of the trader? Absolutely not. On my personal live account, I've gotten away with juicy trades because I don't have to worry about that intraday trailing drawdown. But I do think it, at least in the prop firm world, it teaches you to take your profit. That doesn't mean you need to play that way with a live account. I'll leave it at that. Zen, problem is market changed suddenly. DCA was fine in aftermarket low ranges. Today's selling on no major news is brutal. Grinding selling with no pops is brutal for DCA. Skeletor, I don't like Apex. They have too many restrictions. You're right. In other words, I'd be lying to you if I said to you, you know what? I love Apex rules. I don't think anybody likes or loves the Apex rules. I love Apex leverage with multiple accounts. That's different. And I think that's the only reason traders trade with Apex and their tight restrictions in terms of rules. It's because of the leverage potential, right? 20 accounts at payout is no joke. And that's probably the reason why Apex has some of the highest payouts in the industry. But to each his own, very restrictive rules. I agree with you on that. Plenty of prop firms with less rules to think about. If you're looking for leverage, Apex might be an option. Are there other prop firms with less restrictive rules and probably peace of mind for you? Absolutely. Christopher Zazik, I use a trailing stop, helps with the intraday drawdown. 100% I agree. You got to take, with Apex PAs, you got to take your greed. You can't be up $3,000 on Apex and come back down to 500. Your account is up $500, but you just lost $2,500 worth of drawdown. So, to each his own. Do you think you will be as rich as Elon Musk trading NQ? Hell no. Probably NQ leaves you homeless, brother. You don't walk out with money on NQ. All right, NQ. So let's see what NQ did. We flushed all the way down to that 390 area. That was the pivot point. You guys that were tuned in earlier saw my entry down here. and got into this ascending channel. Channel has now broken, and now we're just kind of lingering. We haven't come up to VWAP yet. VWAP did come down pretty significantly, but this channel, as far as momentum, is now dead, or broke out of the channel, so we'll see. Higher time frames, we're still in a descending pattern. This is obviously a 1 minute chart, so these channels are not going to hold forever. The higher time frame trend is to the downside if you take a look at this regression channel going back to even last night. BFD's Topstep looks promising since other prop firms are doing shady stuff. Hey, listen, Topstep, I don't trade Topstep anymore because of you can only use, what is it, Project X? But Topstep has been the leader in the industry. They have minimal issues with payouts. At the end of the day, you should make a decision on what prop firm or prop firms you want to trade based on payout denials, right? You don't want to work your way all the way up to a payout and then get denied. Topstep, very minimal issues. Tradeify, minimal issues. Well, let's talk about the accounts that have posted on social media, no denied payouts. Tradeify, I think as of last month, I haven't checked recently, but as of last month, Tradeify had posted no denied payouts. Day traders, again, as of last month, had posted that they had no denied payouts. So there's plenty of prop firms out there, and I think for the most part, you guys should make decisions on which prop firm based on payout denials, who has the least or who has no payout denials. BFD's My Funded Futures also has been solid with payouts, right? So there's plenty of prop firms out there with less restrictive rules, no issues with payouts, and make your decisions that way and decide how you want to diversify. Right? Best DJ in town. You never hear anything negative about Bulenox. They are very quiet and just doing their job. Yeah, I hear that about Bulenox. They just, no social media, no flexing, no big marketing, just very quiet. Here is our price, 91% off right now, I think it is. And they pay, and so far, for the most part, I don't hear issues. The only reason I don't trade Bulenox is the activation fee for 150Ks. The activation for a 150K on Bulenox is $4.95. I learned that the hard way. So, but other than that, Bulenox doesn't play the marketing game. They don't spend a lot of money on marketing and social media and flexing, and they just kind of quietly do their thing, and they pay. Again, at the end of the day, is do they pay? That's the big question for any prop firm that you guys decide to trade. Are they paying? That's it. That's all that matters. Are they paying, and do you like the rules? Are they paying, and are you willing to trade their rules? That's it. Kushal, I have a past 150K as well, man. I remember I passed the 150K. I actually paid the $4.95 activation fee, I don't know, maybe last year. Then I got another one and I passed it. I never paid the activation fee on the second one. $4.95 to activate? Hell no. Probably still in my dashboard somewhere. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll pay again, $4.95 to activate it. For now, it's just lingering there. Forbidden shenanigans. How is the consistency calculated by pips or dollar amounts? It's a 30%. Well, it depends on the prop firm. But let's say the prop firm that you're taking a look at is a 30% consistency rule. It's based on the profit in dollar amount. All right, guys. NQ slowed down. We caught a little bit of this push up and currently in the green, but now it's kind of slowed down. I've been watching Goldilocks. Goldilocks lately has not been interesting. Let's take a look at gold. I've been watching Goldilocks on another chart here, but Goldilocks not doing much, just ranging between 36 and about 45 for quite some time now. I'm leaving that one alone. It's go back to NQ. Martin Suarez, yeah, the house account took a trade earlier. It walked out into green. The house account is up $643 thanks to Freddie, who took along on NQ. Zabak, the midget. Phidias swing accounts for futures save you headaches and wait. You know what? I've heard about Phidias swing accounts. I haven't taken a look at them, but I do. I remember there was a prop firm way back. They failed. Thrive Trading had swing accounts. I had one of those. Actually got payout on that one. But they're no longer around. Phidias swing. I got to take a look at that. I would like to have a swing account, man. That's it's a different ball game when you can just leave that trade overnight. Sales to 10 lows. I'm flat right now, so I don't know if you're looking at the screen. I took a long earlier in this channel, and I'm up about $1,000 already, and I'm locking it in for the night. Walking out. Hobos ate my lunch. Can never forget about FTT. Don't we all have FTT PTSD? You know, it's funny. It rained over the weekend, and I got some mail from Fast Track Trading's lawsuit, the bankruptcy. Looks like they're doing some clawbacks, but yeah, we all have FTT PTSD. Actually, give me a second. I want to open that mail. It was wet, so I was letting it dry. I'll be right back. All right, let's take a look at some of this news here. Anybody else getting the bankruptcy updates on FTT court case? Green Day Trading prop shop trader is FTT 2.0. Listen, I can't say anything good or bad about prop shop trader yet. Haven't gotten a payout from them. I'm very close on some accounts, so I'll share how I do in terms of payout and all that good stuff. But I do have a lot of people a lot of traders in this community that have gotten payouts from prop shop with no issues. I've read some of the stuff on social media, but so far the people that I know have said good things about payouts with prop shop trader. I can't comment because I haven't gotten a payout with prop shop. I'm working on it. Should have it in, well, I shouldn't say should. Working on it, on having it before the end of the year. All right, so Green Day Trading. Oh, really? They seized 48K from my account, refused to pay payouts? Wow. Gleb, yeah, you did get lucky with FTT not taking credit cards. Not everybody has the, like I said, a lot of people get still have PTSD. I get the updates. I'm reading them right now. The trustee asserted that Randy Vasquez received potential fraudulent. So they're doing clawbacks right now. And anybody who got a payout from Fast Track or FTT is getting these updates. And I guess they're going after anybody who got paid by them. This guy got a 50K payout, settled for 10K. That's one letter. I haven't opened any of these letters in a while. Kushal Learning changes rules every week. Oh, the wife, C. Triest. I think that was the wife. What was the wife's name? Well, she's returning 50K. Or I shouldn't say she. Whoever C. Triest is, remember that was his last name. So I'm assuming it's the wife because we heard that the wife got payouts. Yeah, Catherine Triest. So here's the let me just make sure my name is not on this or my address or anything. No. So here's the latest in the clawback. Here's the, again, this was wet, so I'm opening mail right now. Can you guys see that? Yeah, right there. So this is the latest update. The trustee asserted that Catherine Triest received potential fraudulent transfers in the amount of $108,000. So the wife got a payout for $108,000, and she settled for $50K. So she's returning $50K to the trustee. These letters are pretty interesting. It's going to be funny how much in clawbacks they're going to be able to get, and how much do all these traders get at the end after this lawsuit is over. And of course, attorneys are going to get 30% of that. So how much are traders really going to get after 30%? And I think what they owed traders is well in the millions. So RT Auto received $80,000, and they settled for $25,000. So basically, the clawback right now is they're going after anything that FTT provided a payout that's trackable, and they'll reach out to that person or entity, and then they settle. So if they, for instance, Catherine Triest got 100K, she settled for 50K. That auto company got 50K, settled for 20K. It'll be interesting. Jasahi, wait, they're taking money back from the traders? Not yet. So if you've been watching it, they're in the clawback stage. Right now, they're going after vendors, anybody outside of traders that got paid by FTT. And let's say FTT paid them $100,000. They're negotiating that clawback. We saw one for 50K back, 20K. But I haven't seen one yet where the person that got approached by the trustee returned the entire amount. This is what I think is going to happen. After they reach out to all of these firms or people that got paid by FTT, the next step is the traders. And that's something that hasn't been discussed out there yet. This is my personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, guys. Take this with a grain of salt. But the next potential step would be clawbacks against traders that received payouts. And that's going to get interesting once that happens, and if it happens. Nina Rowe, we're talking about a futures prop firm that went down and has currently a lawsuit by traders trying to get their money back. No, hobos ate my lunch. Does that mean they got 100K in payouts, are supposed to get 100K but only receive 50? No. It means that entity or person, in this case, I'm going to talk about, let's pick one of these, because every time they do a clawback, we get an update. This is for, let's take a look at the one with his wife, or I shouldn't say his wife because I don't know. his relative with the same last name. Yes, Catherine. So Catherine Triest received a payout from FTT for $108,000, 655, right? I'll show it right there. This makes good TV. 108,655. The trustee reached out to her and said, hey, you received a payout that was fraudulent. She settled with the trustee for $50,000. In other words, she had, of the $108,000 that she received, she settled for $50K. She returned $50,000 of the $108,000 to the trustee. And they're doing that with every vendor, everybody that got some type of payout from FTT. Not traders yet. It's going to be interesting if they take that step to go after the payout. So in other words, what they could do is say, part of the clawback is not only are the vendors getting fraudulent payments, everyone who received the payout technically got a fraudulent payout. We need to pool all that money from the payouts from traders or to traders and then distribute that whole money amongst everyone, whether you got paid or you didn't, because you have a lot of traders that never got paid their payout. You have traders that received the payout, and you have traders that got to a payout and never got their payout. So those traders are really interested in the lawsuit, hoping to get something back. The problem is you have traders that received payouts that are not interested in a clawback. So if you received 80K, right, and now as a trader, the trustee is using a clawback to get some of that 80 grand back to redistribute to traders that never got it. Going to get very interesting. But again, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. Just sharing my opinion based on mail that I got from this whole FTT mess. Hobos ate my lunch. If that's the case, no one is giving money. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to stay quiet on that. But I would assume that most traders are probably not. Kushal Learning, is that something we sign when taking payout clawback? I honestly don't know. This is a little different because FTT is getting sued. It's a class action lawsuit. So a class action lawsuit, a trustee is set up. The trustee's first process is do clawbacks, is what they're doing right now. They're going after all these vendors, and if you got paid 100, what are you going to settle with us? Most of them haven't settled. I've looked at a couple of these. I haven't seen one vendor give the full amount that they were paid back. It's going to be interesting if they take the step to go after traders and traders that got paid. That'll get interesting. Kushal Learning, then why would anyone return the money they made? Absolutely, brother. I think there's been comments on social media warning people that if clawbacks get to traders, run for the hills. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. Solely expressing my opinion here for fun, for entertainment purposes only. But could be the next step. We'll see. Anyways, back to trading. What is NQ doing? NQ, undecided at that 500 area for now. Hobos ate my lunch. Is it legal for a prop firm to perform clawbacks on trader? Sniper Gains Trading. So remember, this is not a prop firm performing the clawbacks, to your question. This is a class action lawsuit against FTT with a trustee set up. So with the trustee, so let's talk about the class action lawsuit. The class action lawsuit is by traders that never got paid their payouts. So when FTT went belly up, you had, and these are rumors, this is he say, she say, potentially millions of dollars worth of payouts that never got to traders. Those traders got together and put together a class action lawsuit, and a trustee was set up. The trustee's first step is to do clawbacks, trying to recover any money out there. They went after the cars. They went after property from the CEO. They went back after anything that they could get funds to eventually distribute to the traders that did not get paid, or everyone who's part of the class action lawsuit. So it's not a prop firm. It's a class action lawsuit with a trustee set up to try to recover as many funds as possible to redistribute after the suit is over to the traders that did not get paid. Green day trading. Is anyone trading house account? No. Right now, the house account is flat. All right, let's get back to trading. We had a little nice discussion on clawbacks and all that good stuff. It makes for good TV. Makes for good TV while NQ is going nowhere. All right, NQ is made its move to the downside, gave us a little pump, and now in a chop zone. All right, guys, in the meantime, if you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. I do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern. And for those of you that trade New York, I also live stream New York session, Monday through Friday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Kushal, by the way, you close to getting payouts from Prop Shop. Did you trade 3 days? I wasn't on vacation. I was traveling, but not on vacation. And I did trade every day. Whether I stream or not, I still trade. And I'm getting close. I don't want to jinx it because that's usually when you get overconfident and blow accounts. But I'm hoping to get the first payout with Prop Shop Trader either end of this week or by next week. So we'll see. From what I heard, you got to let them know. Yeah, so far I haven't taken a day without trading. But that's good to know. I didn't know they had inactivity rules. Prop Shop changed the consistency to 20%. Yeah, I heard that they also removed the micro scalping rule, right? You have to have trades longer than 10 seconds. And they had the scaling rule with your contracts. So I don't think you're limited to 1 or 2 or 3 contracts, depending on the account size anymore. But I guess consistency rule dropped to 20%. The interesting one, and I want to know if you guys have had issues with payouts, is Tick Trader. Again, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But I got a question. Tick Trader, how the hell are you supposed to pay payouts if they're not getting revenue from new accounts for almost 2 weeks now? I would love to know how this company is solvent without being able to buy new accounts. In other words, no new revenue coming in, and potential existing accounts or existing traders with accounts getting to payout. This has been coming soon for almost, 2 weeks now? I don't know. Kushal Learning, they don't have a platform. Yeah, they lost Tradeify because they didn't pay, and we know what happened with Project X. So, but In the meantime, people are getting payouts on their existing accounts. That one is interesting. I'll leave it at that. Green Day Trading Prop Shop Predatory Prop. Yeah, listen, I've heard the stories. I've heard social media, and I think the community is divided. I'm hearing some traders no issues with payouts. Some traders in this community no issues with payouts, no issues in general. Love them, but I have heard on social media some of the horror stories out there with Prop Shop. I haven't gotten to a payout, so I can't comment yet. But when and if I get to payout, I'll share how long it takes to get a payout. Kushal Learning, yeah, but where are they trading? I guess anybody who has an existing Tradeify account can still trade it. And Project X is not done until, what is it, January, February, when they pull the plug. So they're not going to be able to sell new accounts, but existing accounts can still be traded, both Tradeify and Project X. Jody Joe, is this NQ? It is NQ. NQ come into a little consolidation area. 0-0 clench. Last time I got 32K from TickTick and they kicked me out for no reason. All right, well, you got your payout. That's good. If they kicked you out, shame on them, but at least you got your 32K. Yeah, Green Day. What I've heard, listen, to be fair, I've gotten payouts at TickTick Trader with no issues. That doesn't mean I'm saying to go buy accounts with them. Well, you can't buy an account. I'm not promoting them in any way. I have gotten payouts with TickTick Trader with no issues. What I have noticed in their Discord, though, is once you've gotten 3-4 payouts, they move you to this queue for a live account. What I've seen is that queue for the live account never really moves out of the queue. In other words, you have traders just waiting for a live account. It doesn't happen. But they got their payout. Spaces 1111. Have a good night, JC. All right, have a good night, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Jody Joe, is right now a good time to trade? Well, it depends. Right now we're in a chop. We did have a nice move on NQ, but 200 points during the Asia session, right down to about 380, and it bounced. But now we're kind of stuck in a little consolidation area. So I think the move is over for now and maybe gets picked up by London. Gleb, we talk a lot about P&L, but also what's important is being able to keep funded accounts for longer. Yeah, man, I agree. I think getting to a funded account, if you're trading an eval, is one step. Getting to a payout is a second step, but consistently keeping that account is probably the toughest step of all. I've blown funded accounts before a payout, after a second payout. Keeping that account long term is a challenge. It's not easy. Jonas, my mentor copy trades 5 50K XFAs. He's 19 years old and risks roughly 1.5K per trade. Has roughly a 90% win rate, makes roughly 2K per trade. Hey, listen, if he's profitable, he's profitable. There's nothing I could say about it. Very aggressive trading, but if you can make it happen, you have a high win rate. Don't change it. Seems aggressive on 50Ks, but hey, prop firm trading opens up a wild style of trading that can be very profitable. You know, you burn some accounts, but we've all heard of the burn and churn strategy on prop firm accounts. and it's very profitable. We know that burn and churn is a profitable strategy for prop firm payouts. Gleb, Apex has live? Supposedly. I don't think I've seen a lot. Well, no, I think I've seen some social media highlights from live traders on Apex. I think so. Flex futures sounds like BS. I agree. 90% win rate is unrealistic unless trading. Well, here's what I would say on that. 90% win rate is great. You can have a high win rate. But if that 10% that you lose drops your profit factor significantly, I think profit factor is more important than win rate. If your profit factor is dropped significantly with a 90% win rate, meaning you're playing the extremes of your drawdown, then you're an unprofitable trader. Now, again, in prop firms, you don't necessarily have to be a profitable trader to get payouts. The burn and churn strategy does work. We've learned that through several traders out there. Not that I'm promoting that style or anything, but burn and churn does pay. My most Candle dealer. I don't think TPT, unfortunately, does not have a code for resets. So, no. Green Day. Prop shop trader seizes all profits and payouts when they offer you to go live. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think I've mentioned it in my videos. Listen, I have nothing against the futures prop firms. I think futures prop firm offer traders a way to get the hardest, easy money you'll ever make. But a prop firm does not make money giving payouts. And that's something I know for a fact, and most traders should know. Whatever prop firm you trade, their business model in terms of success is not based on payouts or their traders getting payouts or, hey, we're a trader-friendly prop firm. We want all our traders to get to a payout. That's absolutely false. A prop firm's long-term strategy in terms of income and staying in business is based on failed traders, right? For a prop firm to stay alive, you need a ton of traders to come in, buy accounts, blow those accounts, reset those accounts, buy those accounts again, and hopefully not get to a payout. The biggest problem for any prop firm is the trader that gets to a payout. So at some point, they have to think about their long-term strategy. Let's move these profitable traders to a live account. The live account usually has even stricter rules, right? That doesn't mean you shouldn't aim to get a live account. I think it's a good strategy. But a live account for a prop firm is long-term control of potential payouts out of the sim-funded world or a sim paper trading world. Joseph, PST claims they have paid $3.5 million to traders already. That's possibly true. I haven't kept up with stats for PST. Kushal Learning, yeah, get your 100K payout and open live account. I agree, and I think we should all strive as traders to have a live account. I have a live account. I trade it very differently. I trade it like a coward, but live account should be our ultimate goal, period. All right, what is NQ doing? Still playing the chop there. I feel like it's easier to pass evals because your orders are filled instantly. That is true. Then you go to the funded, and sometimes Asia is not nice to you. Multi-orders don't always get filled. Yeah, in the live environment, it's different. and try trading a live account. I trade a live account sometimes during a New York session, and your fills are awful, or could be awful. Steve Desi, you trade real money and total different from trading prop? 100%. Trading a live account is different. Your fills, no consistency rule, very different. Best DJ in town, JC in Europe. Prop firms take trades against consistent loser account and make money that way too. They call it an A book and B book. A book loser, a B book winning traders. Got it. I mean, if you look at one thing, at least in the U.S. with futures prop, mainly with futures prop firms, is at least you're dealing with a centralized market. What I mean by that, in futures prop firms, the price of an instrument is going to be the same across any prop firm, whether it's Tradeify, Apex. The fill could be differently, but the price, live real-time pricing, is going to be the same because it's centralized. It's a centralized trading for futures. Forex, though, these Forex prop firms and some of these prop firms that are owned by some random either influencer or random companies, it's their own. It's their own. They're the brokers. They control the pricing. They control the instruments. That's insane. I've heard some horror stories on the Forex side because of that, because you have non-centralized brokerage firms, or essentially people owning their own brokerage, and the price is controlled by that broker or that brokerage firm. I think there's a lot more. If you think futures prop firm world is shady, go look at Forex prop firms and the shadiness that happens there. That's uncentralized brokerage. Crazy. All right, guys, we're coming close to the end. I took a couple trades and walking out, locking in the green. But if you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. I try to do this every night, Monday through Friday. I say try because lately I've been enjoying December. I do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern. And if you trade New York, I do New York session Monday through Friday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Kushal Learning, what they do is they do not take a trade at all and keep 100% profit. They know you keep losing. That's crazy. RX, if the firm makes you use MetaTrader, run. It's a license to steal, as it can go well past your limit order but won't get executed, and only get executed if it's a loss. Yeah, like I said, those Forex firms, man, you got to be careful. Heard some crazy stories. Once I understood the whole centralized market versus these prop firms or brokerage accounts that are non-centralized, price is not the same across multiple of those prop firms. That's crazy. That's where you see the fraud. But again, in futures prop firm, at least we don't have to worry about that. It's a centralized market. Nima Rowe, the funded trade didn't pay 127K my payout. Ooh, sorry to hear that, man. That's crazy. All right, guys. NQ just not going anywhere. Kushal Learning, stick to TPT. Take Profit Trader. I agree, man. Take Profit Trader is one of my favorites. I think my favorites right now are Take Profit Trader and Tradeify, to be honest with you. There's other props that I trade, but I think those two are top on my lists that I actively trade and actively gotten payouts from. You trade Top? Yeah, Topstep. Topstep is a good one. The only reason I don't trade Topstep is because they limit you to Project X. But beyond that, Topstep's a known player in the industry. They pay on time, minimal issues with payouts. My only issue is you got to trade Project X only. But besides that, Topstep's a great company. Green Day Trading. No way. TPT asks you for video? I didn't hear that one from Take Profit Trader. Green Day Trading. You sound like a very profitable trader, brother. Kushal, yeah, Perdia. Perdia is another one. Phidias and Perdia are two props that I got to try. Just haven't tried them out, but I've heard good stories about both. The Dan Zone. Can anyone tell me why most of the tech stocks like AMD dumping overnight? Yeah, it looks like the AI bubble popping tonight. Got a lot of red. So should be interesting tomorrow. Buy the dip or continuation to the downside potential. All right, guys. NQ's not moving. Gold's. I'm watching gold on another chart here. Gold is in that same range as well. I think the moves happen, and probably London and later we'll start seeing some moves. But I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you only trade Asia, I'll be on tomorrow. If not, I'll see you guys for the morning session. Appreciate you all tuning in. Do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe, and have a good night. If you're in the green, walk away. If you're in the red, don't make it worse. Steve Desi. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. Have a great night, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow night or tomorrow morning for New York session. Green Day Trading. Have a good one. Freddie. Have a good night. Zach. Kushal Learning. Steve. Best DJ in town. The Dan Zone. Psychic Trader. Steve Desi. Hayel. J-Star, Nima, appreciate you all. Have a great night. Investors, appreciate you all. Have a good night, guys. Laters.